It's the day with Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with Trae.
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peace that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I want to welcome you to a fabulous Friday. I'm really excited to have a phenomenal artist in the building. Yolanda Galery is joining me. She is one of the artist contributors to Zebras. And we had some folks on a while back talking about Zebras, the Seattle Black Renaissance artists. Got it. I'm so excited that she's here to talk about her journey into the world of art and how she contributed to this amazing exhibit. But up first, y'all know this is the top of the show, so it's the perfect time to tag and share this show right here with folks who you feel could benefit from our daily dose of dopeness that we love to give you here on The Day with Trae. And if you can't watch our TV show, we still have you covered because you can listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and The Day with Trae. You'll find us on whichever platform is your favorite, all right? So before I get into it with Yolanda, I just want to share something here that when we were talking earlier this week about all of the different things that we get to do in our communities, when it comes down to the summertime, there's something that's always there year round, and that is art shows. You know, art galleries are always showcasing amazing works of art from oftentimes and most often local artists. Now, there may be some major museums that are always bringing in collections from folks outside of the area, but for a lot of our local galleries, you can find amazing works of art by people who are right here in the Pacific Northwest. And the beauty of this is that sometimes you can get to an amazing art show and the artist is there themselves. So now you get to build relationships with artists that are right here, and you get to learn more about who they are. Of course, you can always tap in here to The Day with Trae, and we'll try to keep you covered because we love to have our ear to the ground. But also, being out in community is something y'all are constantly hearing me talk about throughout the week. You know, whether it is a farmer's market or you're getting out there for some safe, fun water play, no matter what it is you're doing this summer, galleries are there with their doors wide open. So I want to tell you that for me, I've been able to partake in some amazing art, become a patron of art by really boosting my connection to our local artist scene. And the thing is, for me, is that, you know, we talk about it all the time. You know, you can get an amazing, painting from some, artist whose name is out there in big, names. Sure, you could probably do that if you got the dollars. But there's something more impactful about embedding your dollars locally. No matter what it is you're buying, if you can find it locally, you're gonna boost the local economy, and you're also pouring into the talent that is within your backyard. Now, we could talk about this in terms of vendors markets, which you also see pop up, especially during the summertime. As I was talking about earlier this week, farmers markets are starting to host tables for other things as well. I've seen artists at farmers market selling their artworks. You know, the idea is that it's on you to get out there and be a part of your community is so key. But I wanted to share that while I got Miss Gallery here. Art galleries are always open year round. And of course, during the summertime, they stay open to feature amazing works of art from local artists. So I'm just gonna tell you right now, we're gonna hear all about Zebras, which is a phenomenal art exhibit you need to go check out, but also check out local art in general. Become a patron so that artists do have, fans here. They have people who support their works, because really that is a pathway that we need, y'all. And this means it is on us to help support our artists so that they have a living wage that that they could continue to do amazing works of art and do what they love while also taking care of their families. So I encourage you to buy a piece of local art today, give it out as a gift, accentuate your living room with it. There's some phenomenal artists that we have in our area, y'all. So tap into the artist community. Well, up next after this short break, Yolanda Gallery is joining me, and we're going to be talking all about her journey as an artist and how she's contributing to the Zebras exhibit that you need to go check out soon. You'll hear all the details right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
Africatown Plaza is our latest affordable housing development project. It's 126 units of affordable housing over community commercial space.
It's the first time in my career, and I've been doing this for 10 years, that I was able to design for people who look like me.
Africatown Plaza is a beacon of hope.
Africatown Plaza is a love letter to the community.
Disenrollment is a situation whereby people whose birthright to be indigenous is being stolen from them by politicians that have been elected to lead.
Today, the latest or last chapter of the saga concerns the threatened physical ejectment of as many as 21 Nooksack families from their homes.
I think it come about by hatred for our family. That's what it's all about.
Our bloodline is still here. They can't get rid of us.
Welcome back, y'all, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now is Yolanda Gallery. What's up?
Hi, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good, happy to be here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're here. Now, I've heard a lot about you before you came. Of course, we had Trae on talking about Zebras, and he was just so enthralled with all of the amazing artists that are pouring into this exhibit. Mm-hmm. So before we get into it, I need to learn a little bit about you and help the audience know a bit about who you are. Tell us about the beginnings of your artist journey.
Yeah, so I've been drawing for as long as I can remember. Like, as a little kid, like 4th, 5th grade, I used to draw cartoon characters and sell them for it was like 50 cents. And then if you wanted color, it was $1. So, I was just like, wow, this is cool. I can buy candy and stickers. But I let it go for a little while, became a young mom and was just kind of figuring life out. And I got back into drawing, I'll say back in 2017. I was just sketching and stuff. And then during 2020, when we were all in the house, I was like, I want to try something different. So I ordered some cheap little paints off of Amazon or something, and then just tried it out and was like, I'm never going back. This is what I want to do. So I've been painting since 2020 and trying to get in the habit of saying professionally. I don't even know when. I would probably say I really started painting to share and sell them around 2022.
Wow. Yeah. 2020 was a pivotal year for so many of us. And you think about where you were then and where you are now. What are some of the ways that you've used kind of your vision in your artworks?
Yeah. Well, to begin in 2020, I had my youngest son. And he was born in January. So it's within the next couple months, everything shut down and we were just what is going on? So painting became the one thing I could control in that time because everything was so unpredictable, uncertain. We're worried about our safety, our loved ones and stuff. And so, painting was just something that I could dive into that I had complete control over, and it was a real escape from that. And so what I'm inspired to paint, I started off painting cultural figures, especially Black cultural figures. I have a Tupac, a Michael Jackson, Nipsey. And then I wanted to dig a little deeper and paint things that actually made me feel a little something deeper than just paying homage to like our cultural icons. So I thought about it and I was like, Black women, like that is what I want to paint. I am one. We need that representation of our beauty. And the lower level, or I guess the higher level to that would be our hair. So a lot of my paintings are hair centric. And they depict Black women with their natural hair.
Wow. You know, this is really something that is becoming a niche and it's taking off. I'm seeing so many different works of art where yarn is incorporated or like other things to accentuate the texture and the depth of hair. And, you know, we don't have enough that, like historically, where we get to go back and see. I mean, we had the Afro, we have, you know, locks, but we don't have enough depiction of it in, you know, books, in artworks, in film, where we get to really see the progression of our natural hair journeys as Black women. So I love this. And it's clear why, you know, I can see why Troy was beaming about your collective, but, you know, being able to kind of hone in on that niche. How are you seeing folks receive that? Like people responding to your works of art?
The response is amazing. I was at a market, it was a Juneteenth market, and I have a piece that's Bantu knots. I have a thing about Bantu knots. I just love them. I think I have about 4 or 5 pieces that are centered around Bantu knots. But it was a young girl came up to my table. She was probably about 8. And she was like, my mommy does my hair like that. And I was just like, here, just take a print. Tell your mom, don't worry about it. Just put this in your room. And that really touched me because we just don't get that representation for our young ones. And it was amazing to see this little girl resonate with this and see something that looked like her, where she could be like, wow, that's so pretty, you know? And I was just like, yeah, you're beautiful. Like, take this. And yeah, I maybe shed a tear, because I was just like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah.
It comes full circle, right? When you get to experience people experiencing what you love to do. And, you know, earlier this week we were talking about the pursuit of purpose, which has really been sticking with me. And the ideas that I think what 2020 did for so many of us was reflection.
Definitely.
You know, right? Like, what am I doing? And is this the time for me to really dive in and make a shift and pivot into how I'm showing up for myself, which then allows you to show up as in your fullness for others, right? So I love that you found that niche and that you were able to hone in on it. But being a part of the artist community here in the Pacific Northwest, it's especially Black artist community, it feels like there's a real family, like a synergy that's I'm experiencing. Tell us more about how you're experiencing that.
Yeah, definitely. It's family. We're siblings. Like, we're not just peers or colleagues. Like, these are my sisters and brothers. So we show up for each other. If someone's, oh, there's a market here that I'm gonna be at, or I just got a gallery solo show, and we all try our best to show up for each other, because who else will if we don't show up for each other? So yeah, we have I'm in so many group chats, like the group chat be blowing up, but yeah, it's definitely a family.
I love that. I don't know that there's enough of that in that way. And this is why I love artists, because there's something very unique about how you show up for each other, and that support network is very real. And also the ways that, you know, artists are celebrated together, right? You know, I had Rodney King here, and we were talking about him as the commissioner, and, you know, and he was sharing too that, like, yo, just the amount of people that, you know, congratulate him, that have shown, you know, supportive, is so special, and it's so keen as a great example of what it looks like to be in community. So talk to us about Zebras and how you got connected to this amazing artist collection.
So we have a squad, we call ourselves the Brush Squad, but there's so many artists in there, I can't even name them all, but Troy, Rodney, Myron, myself, Sharday, we're all a part of it. And Troy reached out and gave the idea, like, hey, I'm putting together this show, and I have these people lined up, but I really want you a part of it. And I was just like, me? Really? Like, okay, what are we doing? So he explained the concept of Seattle Black Renaissance artists, and he really like spoke life into it. The way he explained it to me, I could tell he was like super passionate about it, and he had a vision. So I was like, I would love to be a part of that vision, and let alone sharing a space with him, with Rodney, with Myron, with Sade. So, and Vincent Keel, like he's just like the guru of the group. I think Troy mentioned that too, but it's an honor to even share a space with them. So I was actually shocked when he tapped me for it. I was like, really? You think I'm good enough for that? But that's what I love is we're not only just a collective or a community, but there is zero competition amongst us. So we are not taking opportunities away from each other or gatekeeping. If I see something that's not a good fit for me, but I think like, oh, Sade would be a great fit for that, or Troy would be a great fit for that, I'm gonna share it and try to get one of my brothers or sisters a part of it. So I love the fact that we're just so tight-knit and there's zero competition amongst us. We just really all speak life into each other and support each other.
Yeah, and it really sets the tone to debunk the myth of this kind of crab in the barrel. And we hear it a lot, and I think in Black communities specifically, we work to dismiss ourselves from it because somehow that got put on Black folks, like, and it's not true. And the fact that when I go back to like ancient times, our ancestors and how they built, the pyramids and the first civilizations and the village model of support, love, being able to create networks like Zebras, like the Brush Squad, being able to create that kind of a network, that goes back to our ancestry. And so the ideas of, how we've loved and poured into one another is something that is really ancient in us. And I love seeing the modern day realistic nature of how that shows up now. And this is definitely one of those ways. So I love hearing that and that there's all this love and support. Of course, I got to give you time because folks want to know how to get to the exhibit. They want to know how to support your work. Look right here, let them know how they plug in.
So the exhibit is at Columbia City Gallery. We're there through September 8th. It's beautiful. Our opening reception was yesterday. So if you didn't make it yesterday, that's perfectly fine. Like, you'll be able to catch us there throughout the rest of the month. So Columbia City Gallery through September 8th. You can find me on Instagram by my name. You can find all the other artists, Troy, Vince, Myron, Rodney, Sade, where we are all out there for you. So we just love sharing our passion with everyone.
Yolanda, thank you so much for being here and for shining light on your journey. Congratulations to this amazing exhibit and collaboration. I'm so glad that you were able to shine some light on you and your work.
Thank you. Thanks for helping us shine that light and getting the word out there. So
absolutely. Anytime y'all have something going on, come to the Day with Trae. We're family now. Come on back.
Definitely. Someone always got something going on. So.
Sounds good. Oh, y'all, I'm so inspired because it's so great to hear stories like this in our community. We got to definitely get out to support. I'm going to wrap all of this up right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Hello, welcome to Elite Insights with Carlos Imani. We're looking to offer an in-depth look at event production industry through the lens of client experiences and joint successes. The podcast will emphasize guest interviews, focusing on client discussing their fields and reflecting on their collaboration with Elite Collective. Again, you're with Elite Insights. Carlos Imani here. I'll see you guys in a few.
Disenrollment is a situation whereby people whose birthright to be indigenous is being stolen from them by politicians that have been elected to lead.
Today, the latest or last chapter of the saga concerned the threatened physical ejectment of as many as 21 Nooksack families from their homes.
I think come about by hatred for our family. That's what it's all about.
Our bloodline is still here. They can't get rid of us.
Seattle really is just a big neighborhood. It was a place for us to grow.
We all have a gift of some sort. It's just my vision of what I see.
Theater allows you to hit harder and be more. There's a sense of hope that your story will survive longer than you will.
Stream on the Cascade PBS app or watch live. Fridays at 8:50 p.m. on Cascade PBS. Learn more at blackartslegacies.com.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe. Need you every day. You seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up. Break you in and break you out. In the end, we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2, we don't need no pause. Miss me, we gon' get tipsy. Don't need a power shot.
Copy my steel. Face the fact that. Copy my steel. Face the fact that.
Welcome back, y'all, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. What a phenomenal week it's been. Huge shout out to my guest today, Yolanda Gallery. Make sure you get there to the Columbia City Gallery and check out the Zebras exhibit, Seattle Black Renaissance artists. They came together to bring their brilliance to one phenomenal exhibit. If you didn't make the opening, that's all right. They are there until September 8th. Get down there and check out the phenomenal art and support our local artists. You know, there's something so special about how the sun makes us want to step outside the house. I mean, many of us take vacations, and that's cool too. But for those of us who are looking to explore our own cities, there's so much out here, y'all, to tap in with. And this is an amazing exhibit to do that. But also get connected, get plugged in, know who is here, who's local. I think when we think about, you know, the ways that we live today and we're on our phones and we're connected to people all over the globe, you know, sometimes we forget about the brilliance that's brewing in our backyard. And I'm encouraging you to tap into that brilliance, right? If you're someone who's maybe holding back on some things, trust me, there is an amazing community willing to accept your brilliance in and help support and guide you if you are looking for that. So I'm always going to be here to encourage y'all to find your way to be a part of the solution, because we need artists, we need storytellers, we need more people here shedding a light on what times we're in right now. And I've been saying it this week, like, so future generations can tap back and see, like, hey, yo, that's what was going on in 2024. It means we have to be putting our stamp on 2024 today in order for folks to experience it years to come. Well, thanks so much for joining me this week, y'all. It's been a phenomenal week with all of you. I'm so grateful to have y'all here joining me. And you know I'm coming back, y'all. And until Monday at 11 a.m., peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.